Start.
Hello, good morning everyone. We are from Team 4. Now we want to discuss about mental illness and health support. Recently, we are observing many of the suicides be occurred, particularly some 15 to 20 age groups. We can clearly observe many of the suicides. To overcome these suicides, we should give some mental support to the particular persons to overcome these suicides.
Yes, in India, the suicide rate is most increasing from 15 to 29. But what the key reasons may be is one of the pressure that they are unable to handle. If they are the students, when they are in the final years or other, they are more afraid of their jobs or their career, or they are mostly disappointed when they are unfulfilled with their work. If coming to the employees, they are pressured with the work. So, what do you say about it?
Yes, I agree your point essentially, and also intermediate students are affecting on mental health issues because doing study is more than overnights and many more time they read one or more times on the examinations because this time the mental health was not perfect that students, so this was the reason to suicides.
Yes,
And
absolutely correct, Prashant. Because nowadays, as we see in intermediate, all when the JE results are come, you can see the next day only the some suicide cases. They believe only one exam, and they also don't see the other parts for these people also. So this means that they should. The main problem of this is they have self motivated for the people also, so that it is the mental harassment and all will reduce them. And they have also the parents should show the other path for the students also, so that it may reduce. All the people are seeing only one side of the path, where they don't know there are so many paths for them in the main intermediate level also.
Yes, Ashwant, what you have said is a very good point, and I want to conclude it. And that that many students are getting suicide issues and many other situations like this, and because what you have said, JE point is very absolutely correct. JE is very right, and that too. They are preparing only for that, only for the certain examples and exams, and they have to examine and prepare for more exams MSET or some other. They have so many options about this, but suicide is not only the option for them. And what you have said is very correct, Ashwant. Suicide cases can reduce on preparing for some other exams, from some other competitive exams or some other very relative exams to that, and we can make this many we can make this a less issue of this type.
Yes, it's Teshwar, but not only the studies. The depression or the mental illness can be because of the loss of the persons with whom they are mostly effective. So many issues what today are arising. One more thing is that when they are young, their thoughts are misleaded. So they are going into the wrong track of love and these breakups. These are also leading to them to get suicides. So what thing I say is they should be have a proper awareness. There are many awareness programs, they should be utilized to them. Also one should be self motivated. And another thing to do is, if a person have the another friend or whatever the relationship may be, maybe friend or brother or the parent, if one he is comfortable with, then there will be no chance of the suicides. What you say about it?
Yeah, I want to add one more point with your history. There must be two paths to get a person to succeed or failure. Let succeed, but suicide is the not important in their life. Sorry to interrupt. So I think that the methodology of the student should be changed. In as Ashwant and Histeshwar said that in the times of particularly 29 people, they have mental issues for jobs, and as per 15 to 19 of the people have mental problem, mental issues for like mains or MSET exams. exams, and this causes pressure from the for the students who are preparing exams and so on. I think that they should have failure. If they can try as many as times they can. So I think the methodology can improve their mental health.
Okay, then as you correct Yashashwini, because the main, as Yashashwini told, is that support. As everyone says, and our elders also will say, when you have the family support or any support, you may have. This is the most important thing in our personal life also. Because whenever a failure comes to a child or anyone, the parents should have the support to him, rather than being anger or showing some eagerness to the children. It may lead to the other way of the people, other way of the attempts, or you may say that suicide. It may lead to suicide because the child will think, if I didn't do particular thing, or he didn't reach the particular goal, he may think that I am waste of my life. So this is not the way. As the when a parent will support, or a mother and a father, they think that about their life, and also they have the right path to go to them. So that is what
Ashwin, but many times parents pressure their own children for their future jobs. So what I say is not only the parent, it may be of the any other person. But also one more thing I want to add is no one can change our thoughts. Only we can motivate, or we can selfly change our thoughts. So what I say is, just if one is saying good to us, the only thing is they make us remembering of ourselves. Only that's it. So but who should think is ourselves. So only we
Yes, yes, Ashwini. What you have said is correct. We should think ourselves, and we should think what we are saying and what we are doing we should leave our fears, and we should leave everything, and we should be confident to take such daring step. And this takes a very bad situation for the whole family, and they will feel very, very bad for pressuring him also. Even after his death also, they will make some mentally, they may have his parents or some other family members can also lead to this mental health issues. They should sorry he should think about the situation, what happens after his death, or some. He should not take everything on his own, but he should also think about everything. That's my point.
so the conclusion of this discussion is that everyone should have the mainly self motivation for himself, and also the support, which reduces the depression and mental healthness to the people also. So thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So today our topic is India ready for electrical vehicles? So my first take on electrical vehicles. First, it's going to replace the traditional vehicles. So should be ready for the biggest change. I think India is not ready for the biggest change of this time because electrical vehicles have some disadvantages too. First of all, we have so many petrol bunks and we are so used to traditional vehicles. Electrical vehicles does not come to our mind when first thought of buying a. So India should change the mindset and government should also implement so many electrical charging points so that we can also easy to charge the vehicles when it stops. So what do you think? India is ready for the change or not?
Certainly, I support your point, but India is slowly changing. That means we know that the top AV company Tesla is ready to establish the companies in India. So it's changing step by step, but slowly. And AVs are very good to our environment. So we have to keep that in mind. So we have to conserve our natural oils and natural resources. So if Tesla comes and we have also Tata in our India, so it will be great. So see both of these companies.
Yes, what you said is a valid point. According to survey which was conducted by Car Deco, many people have interest. More than 66% of people have interest in using electrical vehicles, which reduce in pollutions and other environmental problems. I agree with your statement, but government is still on task at improving of electric charging points like that. Yes, I also agree with your point. Government should provide the awareness to the literate people. Only literate people know about the electrical vehicles. Many people don't know the electrical vehicles. In 2020, I think 30% of India uses the electrical vehicles. In my point of view, pollution is increases by using the diesel vehicles and petrol vehicles. Governments must provide the infrastructure development like providing some charging stations and also provide some awareness camps. That's my point.
So I do agree with your statement, Sidhu. As we all know that petrol prices are uh, increasing rapidly and pollution is too increasing day by day. So India has to use the electrical vehicles to reduce this problem. And in my point of view, most of the companies are ready to launch these electrical vehicles. But in my opinion, people are not ready to face the situation because there is a lack of charging points, and electrical vehicles are too expensive when compared to the normal engine vehicles. And one more point is, in many rural areas there is no electricity. Then how the people would use this electrical vehicle? So if India has to use the electrical vehicles, which means if India has to adopt these electrical vehicles, then mm, India has to implement infrastructure development which are required, such as charging stations and long batteries. Why? Because long if there is no long battery vehicles, then how they travel more long distance? So if India has to adopt this, so it has to follow this infrastructure development.
Indian government aims to replace the vehicles by 30% to electric. So this transition is quite good for India because if you look at the cities like Delhi and all those, it's fully covered with smog, the mixture of smoke and fog. So it's not just the smoke, but it in a long run it will cause a lot of health hazards to the people, and it can change the genetics too, being in the smoke for a longer time. So transitioning to electric vehicles is quite a good step that India has to take. But the only drawback or the challenge it has got is the lack of infrastructure. If we look at if we look on the roads, previously we could see barely a few electric vehicles few years back, but now we can see those electric charging points or the electric vehicles everywhere.
They are very expensive that no one can afford. But according to me, what I have knowledge is many companies which are related to electrical vehicles are providing loans which can be easily affordable for even the middle class families.
Yeah, recently the government has released
We have to change the mindset of them to bring this type of big change for the future.
Yes. For that, government has to costs of the electric vehicles. They can easily convert to the electrical vehicles.
And also provide some awareness to the people and provide some advertisements like traditional vehicles do many advertisement with actors. So like that, government also provides some advertisement by using this electrical vehicles.
So I can conclude by saying that if India has to adopt these electrical vehicles, then if India has to adopt electrical vehicles, then government has to focus on the reducing of the cost, and it has to focus on the advancements of the then we can say that India is ready to for electrical vehicles. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.